let me... This is a very quick video, but basically in the last few days I was thinking about me. The last few days I was thinking a lot about myself and my way of thinking and the evolution in my way of thinking during this last few years. And what do I have to share? And the thing I was thinking is the fact that sometimes life hits you with the same thing but in a different body. So that's the situation that happened to you that put you in a very hard situation, alright? And you were either angry or sad or perhaps depressed, and you have to deal with that. You know, life has its ups and downs, and you deal with that. It happens, past, and next chapter of your life, and you follow your life. And then a very similar situation happens again. So you already have some type of experience with a situation, which means that you know how to handle it in a better way. And I was thinking about that, about the fact that I try to live my life in a very very mindful with the things that I do and how I do, and I try to organize my sleep schedule, which is something that I'm still fighting to organize. I try to eat mindfully. I try to think carefully about what I eat, what I put in my body. I try to socialize with my friends. I try to maintain things that you need to maintain in your life in order to be alright. But even so, when those things happens, when those bad things happens and situations came into your life, you lose balance. You know, you get confused, you get angry, and anyway, what I'm trying to say is that even doing meditation and exercise and even doing all those things that we know we have to do, you don't avoid the stressful situations, you don't avoid the anxiety. It comes from times to times, but I noticed that I'm able to put myself back faster. You get it? First you pass weeks, and then months, and then years, working with something like I'm doing. I try every day to separate some time, even like 2 minutes, to meditate. And I try to move my body every day. So if I didn't have time enough to do some exercise, to really work out, at least I put some music, some like fast-paced music, and I dance the maximum that I can, and move my body and sweat a bit and sing and everything. So I try to have those little moments in my daily life to make me happy and to make me breathe and be like, all right, that's what life is about. And I notice now that I'm able to put myself back faster when those melancholy, depressed, angry moments arrive in my life. So beforehand, when something that I consider bad happened, I was desperate to a point that I will cry, I will ask why this is happening to me, and I will get anxious and my heart will start beating like crazy, and I would act in a way like the world was ending, like it was the worst thing that could possibly happen to someone. But now I'm able to like feel, I still feel this desperation, no lie. I still feel like, oh my god, and I have this very strong feeling and fear that things are not working out for me and that things are not happening to me. But I'm able to put myself back faster. I'm able to be like, oh my god, and then I cry and I get desperate, and after 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm able to like breathe in and out and put some music and heard the lyrics and calm myself down again. I'm able to like stand up and stare at the sky and be like, it's not the ending. Like the world is not ending because of that. And I have passed through some situations that I thought I wouldn't be able to pass. Guess what? I'm still here. It means that I'm probably able to pass through this situation too. And it's this feeling, now thinking about that, I have this feeling of slowly things are moving. Slowly, but they are moving. So the reflection of the day is, when you feel desperate about something, look back. And we are listening all the time how we shouldn't look back. And I think we should sometimes, not at all times, but sometimes we need to look back and see the last year that you had, or the year before the last year that you had, and do that comparison, but be positive about that comparison and look about yourself now. Sometimes we look back and we think that the past was better, but if we pay attention, we as human beings, the people that we are, we change, and usually this changes for the better. So you can think that your situation now is more complicated than it was in the past, but if you look at yourself now, you will handle something that your past version, you're like, I won't be able to deal with that, you know. And then you can see yourself as someone more resilient, as someone more intelligent, as someone with strong boundaries. And when you do this comparison, when you do that comparison and you see this evolution, you start to notice how you bloody improved. And that washes a lot of worries. Like you pull back and be like, yeah, I'm not that bad, you know? So I was thinking about that, about how I'm not that bad. and I decided to record that because sometimes we get spiraling in our heads and we forgot to look back, and we forgot to do this process of evaluate our evolution and see how we are growing. And it's to heaven, it's a stairway. So you have to went up. I forgot the words, but you have to go step by step, right? You will grow step by step. So you're growing and you have the margin of error, which is when you build character. It's when you become stronger. It's when you deal with something that you already solved in the past, and you prove to yourself that you actually improve a lot, that you know how to handle it in a better way, that you are wiser now. And sometimes you get yourself almost reacting in the same way, but if you pay attention, you probably pull yourself back faster. You know, you didn't pass so long in a mopey state, crying and complaining and moaning and all of that. You know, you pull yourself back faster, and then you grow again, and then you have another margin of error, and you grow again and again, and that's how it goes. So yeah, that's the thinking of the day. We are growing and improving slowly, time by time, and we forgot to see that because we tend to compare it a lot. We tend to pay attention to the grass of the neighborhood that is always greener, and, you know. But yeah, that's it. Anyhow, if this video finds someone, I hope you doing well. I hope you become able to recognize your efforts and your improving and your growth. I hope you pay more attention to your garden. And yeah, perhaps I will be the person watching this video again. We never know. But that's it. Hope you're doing well. Bye.